Good evening, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. Now, for the benefit of those of you who are not familiar with the channel or are watching this channel for the first time, the reason why it is called Uncommon Sense because here on this platform, we discuss everyday issues where we try to find logical solutions. But not everyone uses logic. So for that reason, it is called uncommon sense. Um, the reason for the intro is that this stream, tomorrow's stream, and the recording, which I will do on Thursday night, it's all dedicated to the memory of my mother, Gloria Negron. Tomorrow will mark the third anniversary that she passed away and she gained her wings. Um, I will be talking more about her on tomorrow's call-in show. First of all, I want to let everybody know that I'm currently live on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Twitch. And I also want to let everybody know that the subscriber mode has been enabled. What does that mean? That means if you are not a subscriber and if you wish to enter a comment in the chat, you must subscribe to the channel. Now, as always, I want to give a huge shout out to all those who have already subscribed to the channel, whether it be from the beginning or whether it be from as recent as this week. I really appreciate all your love and support that you have given me and the fact that you've been rocking with me, some of you for almost 2 years. I also want to give a huge shout out to all those who follow me on social media. And I want to give a huge shout out to all those who allow me to enter into your devices. Now, what I'm going to ask you to do is the following. If you have not done so, I'm going to ask you to please subscribe, like, and hit the bell notification to all. So therefore, whenever I do produce content, you will have the opportunity to catch it live or catch it on the playback. Okay. Now, before we get into the main topic, which is the curse of the gold digger. I know everyone is talking about it, but I figure it's my turn to give my take regarding the subject. We're going to have another round of In My Words. Okay. Now, what I'm going to say is not meant to be controversial. However, take it as you see fit. I'm going to speak about two individuals who I happen to have a great deal of respect for. The first one being the radical Latino. The second one would be Latinsplaining with Dennise Gonzales. Okay. Now, let me explain to you why I have a great deal of respect for both of these individuals. Radical Latino, for the last several years on his platform, has focused a great deal of his time and energies regarding Black and Brown unity and fighting against white supremacy. Okay. Also, he's been calling out certain members of our community who have made racist remarks or acted in a racist ways towards people who are not of our collective, whether it be the African American community, whether it be Asian people or other communities. Okay. And while in our respective communities, whether it be the African American community and the Latino community, we have some things that are different. We have some things which are alike. We are both victims of white supremacy. We both have to overcame a lot of trials and tribulations and what have you in a society where um, has a huge problem dealing with people who are different. Okay. Now, everyone is happy, especially regarding certain members of the African American community. I said certain. When we were addressing the anti-Black sentiment made by some of our community and calling out some of the racist Latinos. Now, let me make this perfectly clear. There are some Latinos that do not want to have anything to do with the African American community. They don't speak for us. They don't speak for the Latinos that I know that I hang with, which is Radical Latino, Dennise Gonzales, the introvert Boricua, Don Armando, and other Latinos who think as we do. Okay, and we have received a great deal of love from members of the African American community. Okay, so this is not meant to be a bashing, but this is simply to give the facts. Now, lately, both the Radical Latino and Dennise Gonzales have been addressing some of the anti-Latino remarks made by some members of the African American community. Again, some, particularly those who identify themselves as FBA and ADOS. Let me make this perfectly clear. Not all of them are racist against Latinos. Some are, nevertheless. Now, it seems like certain people did not have a problem when it comes to addressing the stupidity among our people or the anti-Black sentiment being said by some Latinos. However, when it comes to addressing the anti-Latino words and actions made by some members of the African American community, what we get crickets, or what we get is simply, well, we were victims of slavery and white supremacy and so on and so forth, or we get talked about with racist Latinos like Nick Fuentes and Luis Martinez. Again, are they racist Latinos? Yes, they are. Okay. Now this is where I have a problem. If we're going to do our best to check those members of our community that say anti-Black rhetoric, then those of the African American community should check those members who say who are anti-Latino. That's all that Dennise and Radical has been saying for over a year. But all of a sudden, they're called anti-Black. All of a sudden, they're changing their minds. All of a sudden, they don't believe in Black and brown unity. Okay? The fact of the matter is, racism is wrong. Whether it be by Latinos saying racist remark against Black people, or whenever Black people say racist remarks against Latinos. Okay. Now, there is a link in the description of tonight's show regarding Latinsplaining last video called "The Latinos Just Have to Take It," and what it deals with the issues that Latinos have to deal with when we bring it to members of the African American community, some of the racist remarks being said by some of their members, and how instead of checking out these people, what they do is that basically some of them try to find excuses for them. Others talk about the racist Latinos. With all due respect, two wrongs do not make a right. Okay. Um, so, and actually in her stream, she made a reaction regarding a video made by Mr. Z, addressing some of his grievances against Radical Latino and Dennise Gonzales. I said I was not going to give my assessment until I had an opportunity. And I have read, I have seen the video, and this is going to be my response. First of all, before you say anything about any community, kindly, and I say kindly, do your due diligence and research regarding Latinos. Please bear in mind that there are differences between Latinos in the Caribbean area compared to Latinos in Central America, compared to Latinos in South America. So at least do that. Number one. Number two, if we are thinking about issues about certain members of the African American community, about anti-Latino sentiment, take accountability and check these people, check these people out. Okay, if we can do that with the Latinos that are racist against blacks, then the blacks can do the African American community can do the same thing regarding their members saying anti-Latino remarks. Okay, so I would encourage all of you, if you have not seen the stream that Dennise Gonzales made, please, and I said, please check the stream out before you enter your comments. Okay. And unfortunately, Mr. C had made some erroneous remarks, namely that we have no right as a community to come to discuss with the African American community regarding some of their anti-racist remarks. Good evening, Irby. Thank you very much for stopping by. So all we're asking is the same treatment that we've been given. Okay, if we can highlight the buffoonery regarding our sector, regarding racist remark against the African American community, your community can do the same. That's all we ask. And if we are truly allies will be willing to accept the truth. The truth may not be pleasant, but it is the truth nevertheless. A truth that may hurt a little bit is better than a lie from a false friend. So that being said, that is my response. Okay, I don't want to belabor the point further. Everyone is entitled to their point of view, but I will ask that before you make any comments about Radical Latino and Dennise Gonzales being anti-Black, at least check what they're saying and actually examine their content with an open mind, not with preconceived notions. So that being said, and I apologize for getting this long-winded, because it's been a lot of rhetoric going back and forth, and there have been a lot of angry words said by people who supposedly are allies. Okay, again, not all of, okay, I will say the great majority of the African American community do have a great deal of love towards Latinos and can appreciate the similarities between our two groups. So I just want to end on that note. Now, that being said, we're going to get into the main topic. Okay, so the topic for tonight is the curse of the gold digger. Now, why am I even addressing this issue? And I've been told that other people had addressed this issue, but I decided, you know what? I'm going to give my take. Okay. But here on Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron, we like to give clear definitions regarding the subject. So let me just define for all of you what is a gold digger. And this is the definition that's based on the uh, Merriam-Webster Dictionary, which states the following. A gold digger is a person whose romantic pursuit of relationship with or marriage to a wealthy person is primarily or solely motivated by a desire for money. In other words, and usually this is attributed to women who are gold diggers. Let me let me make this perfectly clear. I am not saying that all women are gold diggers. There are many, many outstanding women out there of various ethnic groups. Okay. Unfortunately, we have some ladies, well, women who are gold diggers. Okay. In fact, the Dominicans have a word for these ladies. They call it chapeadoras. Okay. So that being said, I'm going to share some art. Okay, I'm going to read some articles because unfortunately I am not able to share using my phone. Okay, so just give me a moment, and I'm gonna ask that all those who are coming in, please hit the like button as you enter. Okay. Now this is an article. Let's see, just give me a moment because I'm trying to navigate. Okay. This is an article from the Indian Express dated July 19th, 2023, which is, no, cannot be 20. Well, it was recent. Okay, so let's keep it that way. Okay. Okay. Now, I'm just going to read it. And oh, I see we have the Blazing King. Good evening, Blazing King. Thank you very much for stopping by. Now, the topic for tonight is the curse of the gold digger. Okay. Blazing, I think, I don't know, do your community has a name for these type of ladies? I'm just curious. Now, let me just read to you how the term actually started. The term gold digger, which started off as an early 20th century slang, first entered print in Rex Beach's 1911 book, The Never-Do-All, and was used to refer to people who were money mad. Okay. Gold digger is a derogatory term which refers to a person who enters into a relationship for monetary gain. It is frequently used in films, literature, music, and everyday language. Dictionary points to an inherently gender connotation. The word, excuse me, I'm sorry, it's just that my computer is acting up. Okay. Excuse me, this computer is acting. Come on, okay. Uh, Always used for a greedy woman who marries a wealthy man purely for financial gain. Okay. Just bear with me for a moment. Okay. Well, it did have the gender connotation at this point. The American suffragist Virginia Brooke, in her 1915 book, My Battle with Vice, specifically referred to women who sought romantic relationships with men as gold diggers. They were presented as highly manipulative. One of the characters, Chrissy Tate, dresses provocatively and has the ability to even get money from a Egyptian um, money. Just give me. Okay. At this point, the word started not gaining widespread currency and was used primarily to connotate sex work. Sociologist Brian Donovan noted in his book, American Gold Digger, the term became better known after every Hopwood's hit the 1919 play, The Gold Diggers, which about three young women struggling to find work in Manhattan. The expression was a new mainstream society to probably the blues to the changing title. Okay, just give me a moment because I'm trying to hold the phone and okay. Excuse me. Oh, oh boy, my computer is acting up. So that kind of gives you some context how the term developed. Okay, I'm going to share with you an article called Five Ways to Spot a Gold Digger. Okay, and stay away from her. Okay, actually, okay, this the source of the article is from Men XSP, and I don't see a date. Okay. Okay, actually, it was published September the 8th, 2018. So let me just read to you what the article says. If you think you're surrounded by women or woman who only gives you a damn about your money, then you have yourself a gold digger, my friend. A gold digger is a loose term used by someone, mostly women, who have vested interest in dating you or being with you because all she wants is your money or for you to spend it on her. Sometimes it's tough to realize the presence of someone like this in your life, but there's always ways to identify a gold digger and completely cut her off from your life. Because why would you let anyone use you? If you know someone who is a gold digger in someone else's life, it's time to warn them too. Okay. Now I'm going to read to you 5 points to help you to identify a gold digger. Number one, she agrees with almost everything. Now, let me make this perfectly clear. Uh, with members of the opposite sex, there's going to be times that you're going to disagree regarding almost anything. And I mean almost anything. You can disagree regarding where you're going to eat. You can disagree with how to raise children. You can disagree about where you're going to go on vacation and so on and so forth. However, with gold diggers, she agrees with you almost all the time. So that's kind of like a red flag. So let me just share with you the following. Gold diggers have an overly agreeable attitude and they usually agree with anything you say to them or ask them to do. That's because they're people pleasers and will do anything to get you to spend your money on them. If you're with a girl who barely says no or stands her ground in order to please you, you know she has an ulterior motive. This is a common manipulative tactic used by gold diggers. Okay. Number two, he has expensive taste. Now, before I get to number two, one thing, if you have observed TikTok within the last few months, you have seen many scenarios when you see a dude see a beautiful girl or a pretty girl, okay, and he's making a shot. He's trying to get to know them, and the chick is not having anything to do with the dude. Couldn't even tell him the time of day. Okay. So disappointed, the dude will go into his car. Usually is one of those fancy cars. So as soon as the dude gets into the car, what does the chick do? Make a 180-degree turn, head towards the car, tap on the window, and it's like, now you want to get to know this person? Really? Really? And then as soon as she gets in the car, they start to talk, and then automatically she's expecting the dude to spend money on her. And I mean money. We're talking about hundreds of dollars on a chick that you just met. Excuse me? I mean, can you say gold digger vibes? I mean, really? So let's just read what we have what we have regarding the fact that she has expensive taste. Have you ever heard the saying, cut your coat according to the cloth? Well, that doesn't stand true for a gold digger, and she'll always go beyond what she can afford because she has expensive taste. If she's not in a high paying job and yet she likes to wear branded clothes and shoes and always expects you to buy her ridiculously expensive things with no consideration for your wallet, then you know what you're in for. Okay. That is a fact, folks. That is a fact. Okay. She's not concerned that you have bills to pay. She's not concerned about that you have to take care to your own. She's only concerned about getting as much money on you as possible or to spend as much money on her as much as possible. So, number three, gifts will always make her forgive you. If she's angry with you, buy her a gift and she'll forget why she was angry with you in the first place. That's how gold diggers function. They're very materialistic and selfish, and the only way you can pacify them by mollycoddling their expensive taste. Most problem in relationship could be sorted out by communication with other person, and if gifts are the only way that she calms down, then it's really not worth it. I think that's well said. Okay. Now, of course, People are going to argue, people are going to disagree in any relationship. Okay. If there's a relationship supposedly where no one argues, I doubt it's a true relationship. Okay. Because look, both people have their own point of view, and both people believe that they're right. So if they don't argue, if they don't disagree, that's not a relationship. Okay. That's basically they don't care. Okay. You're gonna argue because you care for the most part. Okay. So let's go to the next point. Number 4. She is materialistic and shallow. Okay. Okay. That's a given, right? If you're dating a gold digger, there's not much of an emotional connect you will form with her. She won't remember important dates or events. She won't have a heart to heart ever, and all she cares about is her materialistic possessions and her wants. It's like being with a hollow person devoid of emotion because she's not in love with you. She's in love with your money. Well said. Okay, so let me make a distinction between a woman that's with a dude because she's interested. They want to build a relationship which will lead to marriage and then build a future together. With a gold digger, it is her first, her second, her third. Okay. And you better spend your money like it was no tomorrow. That is the attitude of gold diggers. Okay. As the Dominicans say, chapeadoras. Okay. They're very good when it comes to smashing, but it's with the purpose of getting money. I mean, it's kind of like halfway dating a hooker. Okay, except at least with a hooker, you know what is expecting. Okay, which leads me to the next thing. Number 5. She uses sex as a weapon. She uses sex very strategically with you. By that, I mean, if you do something wrong, she will refuse to have sex with you, psyching you to believe that her way of getting back at you is neglecting you physically. If you do something right, like buy her an expensive present, then she'll probably give you the best night of your life. She uses sex as a reward, and she's conditioning you to basically pay her for sex. Though through gifts and money, of course. Okay? Remember what I just said less than 30 seconds ago? I mean, when you're dating a gold digger, it's more or less within the line as a prostitute and a John. The difference is instead of paying cash, you're paying expensive gifts. It could be round trip, first class airfare to the islands. It could be buying a car. It could be giving her a credit card with a $10,000 spending limit. It could be furs. It could be anything. And I repeat, anything. Okay. So if you see these signs, they're actually warning bells, my friend. Especially if the relationship is failing you. Do yourself a do yourself a solid and cut the person off before you go bankrupt. Okay? Because really, they don't care about you. All they care about is your money. And that's something that people need to understand. Okay? And you know, and they know who to prey upon. Okay? They prey upon people who for whatever reason, have not been successful when it comes to the dating of the dating situation or what have you. They know who to target. Okay. And look, let's keep it real. They're very good in bed. Of course, they're good in bed. There's a reason why they're good in bed. Okay. They're good in bed because they want your money. They want you to spend a fortune on these checks. So of course they're going to be good in bed. Of course they're going to try to rock your world and give you the best sex ever. But it is for a purpose. Okay. And that purpose is again to take your money. Nothing more and nothing less. So, and sometimes, and I mean sometimes, we can be deceived. We can think, well, maybe she's in the relationship because she wants, she's interested. No, she's in the relationship for one purpose and one purpose only, uh, to get your money. Okay, just give me a moment. Okay, just give me a moment. Oh boy. Now, of course, just give me a moment. Just trying to look up one more article quickly. Okay. So I already gave you the definition of what is a gold digger. And it says, I'm going to see, just bear with me. I'm just trying. Okay. Now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to amplify the definition a little bit more regarding the term gold digger. And then after that, I'm going to end it if no one else wishes to join the panel. Okay. Excuse me. So this, okay, this is from a website called Glamorous. And this is again the meaning regarding gold digger. Okay. So actually, there's two definitions. One of them is basically is one pursuing a rich man for money. The other one is referring to someone that actually seeking gold from the ground. Okay. Now I'm going to come across some terms that synonymous um, regarding gold diggers, such as fortune hunter, money grubber, opportunistic, opportunist, black widow, materialist, profiteer, social climbing, and trophy hunter. Okay. Now, some of them have really strong connotations. One being black widow, which is basically when a female spider that after she mates with her mate, kills her mate and eats her mate. Okay. The gold digger does not actually kill the man in a literal sense. but in a mental sense by taking all of his money. Okay. And she is a profiteer because she's doing it just to get as much money as she can. She's also materialistic. Again, she's after what she can get and nothing else. And she is an opportunist. In other words, she sees a man that has a lot of money and will pursue her like a lion pursue its prey. Okay. Let's see where a little bit. Well, you know what? I'm just gonna park it here. So basically, that's my take regarding a gold digger. Now, it's very important when you start a relationship and you suspect that maybe the lady that you're with is a gold digger. Pay close attention. Does she ask for a lot of expensive gifts? Does she expect you to always take her shopping and not just at at J.C. Penney, but some of those expensive clothing places? If she insists that you spend money like thousands of dollars just to keep her happy, if you have to, I mean, you're literally bribing her for her affections. So these are the things to bear in mind. Okay. And she will use sex as weapon. In other words, if you don't buy her that Mercedes Benz, if you don't pay for her first class airfare and then give her $10,000 spending money, then guess what? No nookie. And the only way you're going to get that nookie is by paying through the nose for her. Okay. And I've seen this on numerous um, short videos on TikTok. Okay. So that being said, let me just share with you the topic for tomorrow's stream, which will be another episode of open discussion. Now, what is open discussion? Literally, that what means is that we will have several topics which we will talk, and I will give my point of view. Okay. Also, the audience will have an opportunity to share their point of view, and if they wish to raise a topic, we will discuss it. Now, one of the things I will be discussing tomorrow is the fact that it is the anniversary of my mother's passing. So I will be talking quite a bit regarding to my mother. I'm also going to be sharing some other observations which I have made these two streets. I also going to be talking about how certain individuals have been making their presence felt in the chat. Okay, so that being said, um, and of course, I want to remind everybody that Thursday's episode is pre-recorded. Actually, what it is a brief broadcast of a stream that I did 2 years ago regarding my mother's passing. So so I will be there and I'll just to remind people that This is not a live calling show. What it is a rebroadcast regarding my stream to honor the memory of my mom, Gloria Negron. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to say a few words in Spanish about my mom. Eh, Mi mamá fue una persona que enseñó a mí cómo ser un varón. Eh, Me dio mucho amor, mucho cariño, mucho apoyo en todos mis logros. Y ella fue una guerrera muy fuerte. Y mi mamá sufrió mucho al ver no solamente mi papá que falleció, pero también cuatro de mis hermanos y mi sobrino. Pero sin embargo, ella vive en mi corazón. Solamente quiero decir, mami, te extraño mucho, te amo con todo mi corazón y un día nos encontraremos cara a cara en el cielo. Te amo con todo mi corazón, mami. So, and I see here, okay, first of all, Sexy Bronx. Okay, we have a guest. So before I let the guest in, I need to state that the views of those who appear on the channel are not necessarily those of the host of the channel. Any attempt to copy the material without the consent of the host is prohibited. By appearing on the call, you waive your rights to your image. Some of the views people might hold might be considered offensive to some viewers. If you do not like the content, you can block the channel. So let me just, oops, let's see, how do I,
What up, Mo?
okay,
Yeah,
good
this is
evening.
Jeff right here. Yeah, I'm chilling, you know what I mean? Well, I just came back from the gym and everything like that, so I'm trying to maintain my sexy in the ugly world.
Good evening, Don Armando.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm sorry, but now it just that you have to be careful because these streets are like full of weirdos and whatnot.
Yeah, I know. I was like, I was jovial for today and everything like that, so I was like, okay, let me just put this picture that I actually made like with one of the apps, and let me just you know go into my inner criminal. So
Okay.
yeah,
Now, now the topic for today is the curse of the gold digger. Now, before we got into the topic, of course, I expressed my point of view regarding Radical Latino and Dennise Gonzales regarding what they have to, the grief they have to deal with by certain slow tap types.
I'm like, yo, it is all. This is what I'm going to tell you. I'm dealing with something of that matter right now,
Hmm.
but it's like okay, within my place of employment, right?
Hmm.
There is a gold digging immigrant that she's always had this fascination for me, which I know it's always money, right? Because because whenever I've had conversations with this woman, it turns out not to be edifying. It's only
Uh-huh.
about sex and money, right?
Yeah.
So because of this woman, I got into a problem with one of my ex coworkers, and he got kicked out, thank God. But I thought everything was nice, and well, it was not really nice to begin with because I got a human resource manager that she's disgusting also, but I'm not going to say names.
Uh-huh.
But I was just managing that, right?
Yeah.
So when I went and I managed that uh, point, the next thing you know, I was a guard went up and told me so and so is going to try to come back to the job because and she was asking for me.
Mhm.
So the person was who was asking for me was like, "Oh, so and so, he's still there. You know that he is married. Oh, I'm gonna go and take him away from his wife." I'm like, no. So other than that, right? And as far as whatever the case may be, she actually went and accosted me, trying to ask what is my faith, why I didn't wear the wedding ring in my job. And then one of the last disgusting questions that she had the gall to ask me was about me and my wife's private time behind the bed. So after I told her that's none of your business for two times, I went up and I stopped speaking to her. So whenever I stopped speaking to her and I just walked right past, she always trying to see what the heck I'm doing within my job.
Mhm.
Which the thing is though, I ignore her because she has a history of how should I say with men within the job of
Okay.
betting these men or targeting married men, and then she accosts them in the arena called the bedroom, and then she holds the secret of, oh, if you do this, oh, if you don't pay me this, I'm gonna tell your wife. So therefore, a lot of men end up paying her for her services. I am not that stupid. I am too good looking for that, and I am a faithful husband. So
Mhm.
therefore, that will never happen.
Mhm. Yeah. Well, you see, the problem is you have certain dudes that think with their male organ and not with their brain. And I'm trying to keep it relatively clean because the fact of the matter is these gold diggers, they tend to be very good in bed, but it's it is a snare to try to trap these men for them to
Yeah,
spend thousands of
yeah.
dollars on these ladies.
Now I'm gonna go in on, and there's a interesting thing to say. So when this woman came back to the establishment where I work at, right?
Yes.
She brought a guy, and while she was doing that, the guy, you could tell that he wasn't doing good as far as in the social status, and that's where I'm gonna leave it. So it was like maybe 1 or 2 days. It looked like he was beefing and everything like that.
Hmm.
And a lot of people knew that this woman was actually taking like his whole paycheck. And he looked like that he was complaining and beefing and everything like that. Looked like he was on hard times and stuff while you at the job. So my thing is, when I saw that, I'm like, oh heck no. So I've seen too much to be a victim of gold digging. And then it's worse when a woman who's a gold digger and they have kids involved. They will try to hit you up with, "Hey, I need to pay for my kids and everything like that." I was like, "Who the heck told you to open your legs if you can't go and feed your kids? You want me to feed your kids? No." I am not that stupid. Have a good day. I hope you find Mr. Right or Mr. Wrong with who actually won the lottery because I'm not him.
Yeah. You know what this reminds me of? This is a short video that I posted on my Instagram account where there was this dude that she's with a chick that has five baby daddies. The chick asked the dude, when are we going to get married? The dude said, no, we're not going to get married because you have five baby daddies. Which is like, so I'm good enough to smash, but I'm not good enough to wife up. I see both of these two people are guilty of stupidity.
I'm gonna stop you right there, Don Jose.
Okay.
If a woman is having five kids, right, with five different baby daddies, number one, as a man, why are you sleeping with the over fertile female? Number one. Number two, the female is wrong in that aspect also. Shout out to my boy Ray Acosta.
Yes, good evening, Ray Acosta. Thank you for stopping
It
by.
is actually wrong in that aspect also because why would you go and try to ensnare a single man that is living his life so therefore he could take care of your kids of that you had and you as a woman didn't go and use protection. You want to go and not I could understand if it happened once, but it happened five times. So how five times you didn't learn from your mistake? And now you were trying to commit a sixth mistake with a man who could be serious or anything like that. But if but then depending on the situation, if a guy smash a woman and then she's like, "Oh, I got five kids. I want to marry." No. So you had like five times to make it up right. So therefore, why don't you if a woman is really serious and you have like five baby daddies and you want six men to go and marry you with all your emotional and financial baggage, what a lot of people don't understand within these relationships, right? With women with kids. Let's say that you and the woman, y'all get good and everything like that, and then, y'all break away or anything like that. What a lot of people don't understand is that a man who is really to even go and take care of your kids, you'll get into an argument, you'll break up and everything. That man, as a man, even though he knows that those kids are not his biological kids, he still has like a urge to try to protect them because he actually wanted to make a family with you. So with those men, it's also the emotional baggage of if you get into a relationship with a woman with kids, then you actually feel that you love those kids as your own. And then when y'all break up and everything like that, you would feel like how an actual father feels when his kids are separated. When the fact is, you actually love those kids like they were your own. So a lot of people don't take that psychological aspect when they break up with relationships over petty reasons. So
Hmm.
with that said, I I could certain people could call me immature, but me when I was in the single life or when I was in relationships, I tried to make sure that the females I was in a relationship with didn't have kids because I and I'm gonna say this now I'm a married man, but when I was single, I lacked the maturity to go and date a woman with kids because in my mind, I wanted a woman who had no kids. And I lacked the maturity to go and try to take care of kids that weren't my own. Now, I could actually say that certain people may be like different. You have certain women who are like, oh, you're discriminating with women with kids. Okay, but guess what? I'm being honest, and I'm telling people that at the time when I was single, I lacked the maturity.
Hmm.
It actually takes a mature man to go around and love kids and or a family that isn't his own. So that's my own take on it.
Yeah. See, one thing. Look, when it's one thing when you have one baby daddy, and it didn't work out, or the person died. Okay, that's one thing. But when you have five different baby daddies, basically what you did, you exercise extremely poor judgment, because what you did, and some people get upset, but I have to say the truth. You chose to open your legs and engage in sexual intercourse without devices to prevent pregnancy. Okay. And the last time I checked, it takes a man and a woman in order to produce a child. Okay.
And and I don't know if I ever told you the story. It might be I might be redundant, but when I was in my early 20s, right before I got with a female that I had 7 years with, before when I was like in my early 20s, I could say I was actually hustling DVDs and stuff, and I was getting my little bread. So I was looking for out one day. I went up and I met my OG. I called this guy my OG because this is a personal friend of my sister. Poet,
Mhm.
very smart man. So me and I saw my OG with this female. So I was like, okay, nothing much. All my OGs were his female.
Mhm.
And then, whatever. Now, to make a long story short, I went up and I talked to my OG. I was like, yo, fam, what happened to your lady? He's like, yo, fam, I can't do it, man. Well, how come? Yo, that chick got 7 kids at the age of 21. Remind you, I was in my early 20s. Then the summer, I could remember, it was the summer of '04. So the summer of '04, me and my Puerto Rican homie, we went to his parade and he went to mine. That's what we saw Tego Calderon up in the Dominican parade.
Mhm.
So around the time we used to hang around, if you're familiar with Westchester and Morrison and Soundview. So I used to have like my hair braided or my hair in an afro, and I used to have like a a sports band on my head to actually cover it, whatever. So I'm just here chilling, enjoying the hot weather and everything. Lo and behold, every time there used to be a lot of hot females, they used to come around my way. That over fertile female was always there with them. The over fertile female who was with my OG always looked my way. So I always avoided that chick.
Mhm.
But all the other females were, hey, you can get my number. And this was before I even had like a functioning cell phone. When I actually bought a cell phone, my mother was mad. But it is what it is. So after a while, I avoided a lot of crap because I've seen stuff that my people who are my homies went through and everything like that. Child support, getting in jail just because the chick wanted more money, so therefore she could take care of her new man who was in crap anyways. So there's a lot of psychological stuff that actually comes with child support. and no woman I made in my mind was gonna put me up in that trap. So that's my philosophy, I guess.
Hmm. Yeah. Well, I have been fortunate. I have not had to deal with too many gold diggers in my time. But the fact of the matter is, you have to be alert and you have to use discernment so you can discern between who is a nice lady and who is a gold digger. Would you agree? I think Don Armando is muting himself because there is some music in the background, and and the fact of the matter is, you just want to make sure that I don't get hit with a copyright strike because someone blasting some music along the way. So, in any case, if anyone else wishes to join the panel, by all means, the link has been pinned. Okay. If anyone has any more comments regarding the topic, let's hear them. The main thing is let's keep them respectable, folks. Okay. And I see here. Okay. Lucas, you need the cam up in the background so I see who you are before I let you on the stream. Okay, you're gonna have the cam up. Yeah, I get it. Okay. Look, I don't like to make it be difficult. But basically, anybody who I don't know, they don't have to cam up on the panel, but they have to cam up um, in the backstage. Because the last thing I want to do is some person come up with some picture of some genitalia and whatnot, and then have this stream taken down. Okay, so once okay, once you fix up your situation, you can hit the link, but you're gonna have to cam up in the backstage. So just give me a moment. Okay. 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 So I don't know if that's referring to me or that's referring to the dude that was trying to get on. Okay. Oh, okay.
Yeah. All right. I'm back.
Okay. There was someone that was in the backstage, but I wanted the person to come up because look, you got to be careful because you have people who will try to get on the platform and show inappropriate stuff. If you know what.
Yeah. I know that. a certain YouTuber that's a lot of people do not agree with. He had his channel shut down because of a person went up and put gay cinematography on his page, and he got his page banned on YouTube because that other person did that. So therefore, his page would never be existence anymore.
Yeah,
We all know who we're talking about.
yeah.
In other news, this is what I gotta say. Now, I actually was talking to a lot of people about, these colorful and diluted Hispano chaps.
Hmm.
So, these Hispano chaps, they're just over the train. And it's like, as you know, it's been revealed that a certain Hispano chap is actually trying to see which lives I'll be on, so therefore they could try to record my voice on AI and call Trump Towers. I mean, like, if they're gonna go do something stupid, don't they know that the authorities is actually gonna go to their house and see that they're actually doing that?
Yeah. But the problem is you have certain individuals who are not very swift when it comes to the gray matter, if you know what I mean.
Right.
And and the fact of the matter is you have people who cannot argue without getting emotional. And we have
Uh,
seen it in too often in these YouTube streets.
yeah.
Okay. And truth be told is that some people cannot deal with individual accountability. Okay. It seems like if you point out their stupidity, all of a sudden you are racist, all of a sudden you're anti whatever, all of a sudden you're everything but a child of God.
All right. Yeah. I mean, it's to the point that I'm still waiting for the for the smoking gun. You hear me? And the evidence of these detractors on the internet, I want those people to actually show me some solid evidence that I am not who I say I am. But during this year and last year, I haven't met a single person that got evidence. So so when the facade is going to be broken? That's what I want to know.
Hmm.
I mean, you could go. I'm told my truth 500 times. I showed my evidence, and people still telling me I'm a liar.
Okay.
So where's their evidence? That's all I'm saying. I want them to have some concrete evidence. I don't see not one show me concrete evidence. So therefore, my thing is that you just confirmed to me. I'm not saying you, Don Jose. I'm saying my detractors. They went up and they confirmed to me that they're gaslighters and they don't have a podium to stand on when it's coming to talking about lies about me. I mean, there's another lie which is being thrown around. For example, a person is now spreading the rumor that my wife is Egyptian,
Oh,
and they knew
really?
what Egyptian looked like. Okay, let's put it like this.
Okay, excuse me, Don Armando. I just want to acknowledge that Denise is in the chat. Good evening, Denise.
Hey Denise, how you doing?
Okay, now I did alluded to when I did my segment in my words regarding your last stream that you did regarding some of the stupidity that you and Malago Latino have to deal with. So I just want to let you know that you know we understand. At least here we understand where you're coming from. I'm sorry, Don Armando. Please continue.
Yeah. Well, there's a certain, I don't know if that person exists. You know, lack for a better word, how should I say, the salami troll, right? So, anyway, to make a long story short, this is the first person that has said I'm the creyente, that I am the fake Dominican, that I'm a Haitian. All this crap. I went up and I put it out there. I'm Dominican and I have Kiddishin roots through my mother. And through my father, I'm Dominican, born in the USA. So you have certain people that had tried to go and gaslight my words or miscomprehend my words, and they still have the narrative of, oh, he's not Dominican. Okay, well, guess what? Who cares? Now, the person that I'm saying, like in question, went up and tried to say that my wife is Egyptian. Now, within streams, I don't know if it was yours or mine or maybe Ramon's or Radicals, right? But my wife, she's not really, she doesn't really like social media like that. But she actually spoke to Denise and said her opinion in one of the live streams, which I don't remember.
Okay.
So, with my lady who actually spoke on my live stream or on the live stream where Denise was, where is it that a person could actually hear that my wife sounds Egyptian? I don't see it. And when I actually told my wife, me and my wife was actually laughing about it.
Well, you know what? I actually heard your wife at least once, and she sounds Dominican to me. Let's welcome Lucas J. Acosta. Good evening.
What up, Lucas?
Good evening, man. Good evening, gentlemen. I'm good.
Yeah.
Okay. So the topic tonight is the curse of the gold digger. So basically, I just gave a description what they are like and what's their some of their main characteristics and how to avoid these unique characters. So, what is your take regarding this discussion?
Talk to me, Mr. Don.
No, I'm talking to you, Lucas.
Yes. I I've been through that at least a couple of times, and I know I'm still young. I'm 27, damn near gonna be 30 for the next.
Okay. Okay.
Hello, can you still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Good
But
evening, Reese. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
yes, but for the most part, I feel like a lot of women of this generation are definitely gold diggers, and I mean I see on a daily basis, especially when you go on TikTok, Facebook, Twitter, and social media. Like the way a lot of these women portray themselves, as if they're like hookers or they're just pretty much trying to sell themselves as, hey, I got these, I got like no qualities, but yet I want money from a man. So basically, they'll try to access a man's resources without giving him anything. You know what I'm saying? And that never made sense to me. And I think based off of me and Don's conversation earlier, I think a lot of women do this Don, remember the screenshots I showed you the girl I was talking to recently, the Mexican girl?
Yeah, yeah. One thing I got, and there's one thing that I have to tell you, my young students.
Yep.
Yeah, that chick needs to shave. So therefore, that's it.
Um, excuse
Yeah.
me.
no,
I said,
no, no,
excuse me.
no, I'm just joking with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what I really said is that that woman who is older than Lucas
Yeah.
is like she's trying to play some games, even though she's older,
Yeah.
and she would think that okay. And I seen the screenshot. Lucas was very respectful and everything like that. No curses, which
Thank
is
you.
kudos to you because
Thank
you're a
you.
better man than me because I'm ghetto. I ain't gonna
Yeah,
front.
it's all good.
So my my thing is that you became respectful and she got mad and whatsoever. It's all how should I say manipulation. So
Mm.
I told him just leave her alone and in 2 and 3 weeks she's gonna be begging back for
Okay.
let's just say this, she'll be begging for your burrito. That's all I gotta say.
Exactly, bro. Could that also be categorized as a gold digger because she knows that I have more resources than her, but yet she doesn't want to do much? Can that be classified as gold digging too, or no?
It depends. And I'm gonna say why.
Yeah.
That woman, she don't live in the United States or she lives in the United States.
She doesn't live in the United States, but she's in a position of power in Mexico. Like she has a master's degree, damn near almost a PhD. So she makes good
All right,
money over there.
all right, but she never crossed the border.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yep. Exactly.
All right, man. Let's put it like this: if she wanted to cross the border, she will.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though, even though she has the political power, or or whatsoever, or what have you,
Yeah.
if she haven't crossed the border, that doesn't mean that she hasn't been to other countries. She
Mm.
just haven't been to the United States.
Exactly. She's been to other
Now,
countries. Yeah.
now, what I'm trying to tell you is that you have certain people in Mexico that have like more advanced view than the locals. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. Exactly.
Okay.
So she's
Um,
upper, so she's upper echelon.
Yep.
So
um,
when she when she said all of that in the conversation and everything like that and whatsoever, one thing you got to understand is that hey, she's gonna have a rude awakening when she actually gets to the United States. Number
Yeah.
one, and number two, she that the stuff that she's gonna tell you is
Yeah.
because she feels that in her country is her country respectively is a bunch of male chauvinism, and it's even shown through the arts as well. You know,
Mm.
basic male chauvinism. Now, that's nothing against my Mexican brothers because I have Mexican friends who
Yeah.
are actually they have a heart of gold, and their parents have a heart of gold. But
Yeah.
if you actually look at how should I say at the bad guys, right? In
Yeah.
Mexican novelas, before before the Mexican novelas went up and got cartelized. I call it cartelized because that's all they talk about. Cartel, yo voy a matar, all that other crap, right?
Yeah.
Before all, before the novelas went up and got cartelized, it used to be okay. A man fall in love with a woman, you know, they make a family, and then there's a bad guy. So that guy turns out to be the worst violator whatsoever. Now I'm using violator right here, so the algorithm, so I don't mess up on Don Jose's algorithm. But we all know what a violator is in
yeah.
the Spanish term.
Excuse me, Don Amano. I don't mean to cut you off. Keisha, I just want to make it clear that in the beginning of the stream, I said not all women are gold diggers. There are a lot of women that are really righteous people. So I just want to make it clear regarding that. And when you say calling, I don't know if you're talking about calling me or you're talking about calling anybody that's on the panel, Keisha, or anyone that's in the chat. So if you can just specify, indicate who did you mean, I would appreciate it. I'm sorry, Don Armando. Go ahead.
Shout out to Kaishel. Um, one thing that I have to say is that with the shift of of the traditional Mexican novela, the guys were like the ultimate violator in some cases. They hurt people, disrespected women in a way that they should not be disrespected, and all this other stuff. So therefore, what I was trying to say is that within the craft and everything like that, they try to say that some of these violations against women are normal, when the fact is actually not. But you have to put that into consideration also, because you have certain men in power in that country that still have the old chauvinistic value. If you understand what I'm saying.
Uh-huh. I see.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, Lucas, okay, anything else you wish to share, or if there's anything that's on your mind?
That's it so far, but it's just very tragic. And of course, like you said earlier, not all women are like that. I've met great women, in my 20s and whatnot, my mid 20s and late 20s now. So it's just the ones who are the bad ones always get put or exposed on social media, and then people highlight it as if every woman's a bad woman, which is not the case. Um, but it's just tragic when these women try to take advantage of guys who have money. But then also, it's up to the man's due diligence to be able to, I guess, you know, to see who's the good girl or not by certain tests, you know. Because if you have so much resources and money, it's bound to happen that because a high chance to attract a woman who's like that. You know what I'm saying? So it's up to the man to be able to detect that or not, and he should be at least smart enough to. And a lot of men fall prey to that.
Well, I believe you have to be very observing, and you have to use discernment when you're dealing with the ladies, because because you have some that will try to appear one way in order to get whatever resources the guy has.
Yeah.
I mean, it's sad, but that's a reality. And actually, if you take a look and on TikTok, it's
Yeah.
like it's flooded with videos with these ladies and their gold digger vibes.
Yeah.
Yeah, 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 yeah. It's funny, right? As far as other gold diggers, I remember like when I was in the dating scene or club scene, as you have it. I went up and I met a Dominican female, and she was hot and everything. So I was like, "Yo, ma, how you doing?" And she was like, "Hi." So I was went and I bought her a drink. The next thing is like, "Hey, I'll date you, but you got to pay my rent first." Yeah,
Mhm.
That's
that's
some
New
real
York.
nerve.
I'm like, you just met me in the club. I got to pay your rent. You better go around and give me a TV and crap. The heck you gonna go tell me I gotta pay your rent? I don't even know you.
Yeah.
Gee, I'm like, hey, I'm gonna pay your rent. I'm like, wow. That was like, I remember like when I was in starting on my 20s. Oh, you gotta get me Jordans or something like that.
No kid. Look, there is this one person that she's on TikTok. She's forever talking about saying that she's an overweight model, and that the guy she dates has got to make six figures, and then whenever there's a date, the guy has to have to pay for her Uber to get to the where they meet and when they go home, and then what and other things as well. Excuse me. And then you see some of these ladies, it's like, send me a cash app, or or let's go shopping or whatever. I mean, hello, that's all you think about. Again, not all women are like that. Unfortunately, some are. And I just want to highlight this point that Kesha made, which was, I think men need to remain loyal when they make it and stick with the woman that was there for them versus the three or fours. So,
I mean, it depends. But then it's like, okay, I'm, I'll keep it on. I'll keep it a buck. I was in a relationship for 7 years, and what's worse than having a woman who was money grubbing is having a woman that spent all her money and then try to depend you that made a lot of money, right? And then try to clown you for not having money and everything like that. And it turned out to be, how should I say? Since she was older, she was trying to shame me for not having money. But then if I had more money and everything like that, she would try to demean me and whatever, saying that she made more than me. So if a person made more than me, why the heck are you using my money if you make more than me, right?
mhm,
So therefore, you had certain people, you have certain women that were manipulative in that. And by the time when you saw that the person, when your money was going to crap, your friends are having better relationships than you, and you stuck here arguing, and you stuck in a relationship arguing about just because a next female is looking at you, just because to certain people you are handsome. You have to go around and sit back and think. I do not need to be going through this crap anymore. So I went up and I just had the fortitude that I left the relationship. And sad enough, I guess my ex still wants me, but she hasn't got the memo in like 11 years that we're done. And when I actually started my first live stream, she tried to come on, but I had to block her channel. It was not happening anymore. I wish that
mhm,
person luck, but at the same time, I'm not going to go in and invite misery again. I'm happy where I'm at.
mhm. Yeah. I see. Well, look, you know what? Um, some of these people are very persistent, but for the wrong reason. And that's all I'm going to say on that. So, um, if there's any ladies that's in the chat, if you want to hit the panel, by all means, the link has been pinned. Come and express your point of view, or express how we are not being factual. Okay, here's an interesting point. I think many men splurge on groupies when they get
That's true.
money, and forget the real women that were in day one. Well, unfortunately, some men are like that. Let's keep it real. Some men are like that.
No, but it's like I've seen it all, man, and I'm just gonna keep it 100. I've seen a guy that looked like that. All the females would say that he's the flyest dude and everything, and I've seen and they spend on a woman that looks like Shrek. I mean, in the face. You know what I'm saying? I've seen, I've heard and seen. Right when I was with my ex friend's uncle and her cousin were beefing over a woman, right? Now I'm thinking that the woman that they were beefing with, she looked good and everything like that. That chick looked busted like a 1970s radiator.
Mhm.
Missing teeth, looked like her tongue was in jail. That type of female. When my ex went up and showed me that female, and I've seen both of these guys or pictures of these guys, and I was like, hold up. They're going to war over that. With the chick that looks like that has her tongue in jail or something like that. I'm like, yeah, I'm good.
Mhm. So, what you men think about the comment that Kesha left? Okay. Um. Well, I have never spent any money on strippers and whatnot. So, and I have never been to a strip joint. Okay.
Oh, okay. So you never ever been to a strip joint, Don Jose?
Never.
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 Wow. Well, you know what? You better than me. I, ain't- I'm not gonna lie because I was actually thinking since you're OG and everything like that, you could have actually told me what the '70s were like. So I heard the '70s were wild. The old 42nd Street, what have you.
No, I mean, what? Kesha, you need to explain yourself. Are you telling me that I need what? Oh no, 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 no. I don't believe what I am seeing. I think, Keisha, I think you've been hanging out with Denise lately
Huh.
because Denise says the same thing. Then I should take like a big wad of ones and fives and then goes to a strip point and just have a ball. And it's like, no.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest, Don Jose. If you at your age going to a strip club, well, I'm just gonna say you're an easy target. You would be, how should I say, the common term for you will be called. You'll be the sugar daddy.
Yeah. And believe me, actually, okay, I'm not going to say the person's name, but
But I know the story.
one person actually approached me to ask me to be her sugar daddy, which is like, no, 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 no.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what vibes I'm getting lately because I'm a married man that keeps to himself. But I see a lot of younger women looking at me. I don't know if it's because they like to gray my beard or they think that I'm a sugar daddy. So if I so if I so if I whoop and I when I if I whoop with my beard and everything like that, and I see more younger women trying to say hi to me, and I'm just minding my own business, I think I already know what it is. I guess I'll have to shave off the beard. But other than that,
Well,
that's it.
no,
Yeah,
no, 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 but literally, at least on two separate occasions, Denise actually suggested that I go to a strip joint, which is like, first of all, I mean, it's like me in a strip joint is like a hooker in church. I mean, basically, I mean, first of all, it'll be weird. Second of all, I wouldn't know what the heck to do other than just throw money around. I mean, and then these ladies do these lap dances and whatnot. And it's like, what do I do if I get aroused? I mean, because you can't touch or anything like that. I mean, or else you deal with someone angry dude with 6'9" with muscles up to here. So I don't even know what's proper etiquette to go to a club.
all right. Now I'm just gonna say this, and certain women could take it how it is. I don't care. It's like, okay, for example, in New York clubs, it depends if it's an upper class or lower class. Lower class, depending on what, depending on whatsoever, if you're a good tipper or anything like that, a female is gonna hit you off. Now, a higher class is that you could throw the band stuff, and then that's where you get the 6'9" guard to throw you out if you touch the female. Or if the female likes you, 9 times out of 10, she'll go home with you. That's a good story. Now, my experience with strip clubs is I went to a strip club for one of my homies before his wedding, right? So it was all respectful and everything like that. And I had a lap dance. Woman was actually top notch. She was a woman that I've never seen before. I actually thought that you only see women like that like in TV or whatever. But she was top notch. Her body was perfect. I think I'm saying from maybe my physical from people that I've talked to and everything like that, she might have been a Russian or a Italian because her body was all natural. Now I'm talking about 2011, so therefore, you know, it was a great experience.
Hmm.
So I was there. I was with my homies. We were drinking or whatsoever, and then we got blasted. We went to Ybor City. It was a blast. We saw older lesbians kissing. Everybody was was partying on that strip in Tampa,
Hmm.
and I could actually say that was that was one of the best times that I had when I was in Florida. So, so what I was saying is that strip clubs are different all over the world. Even in Dominican Republic, a strip club is not going to be like a strip club in the United States because 9 times out of 10, the strippers in New York they're with it. If you go to a strip club in Thailand, now I'm not going to go around and tell you anything about Thailand because I've never been there. But I do have a person that I have connected with that's more about that life and everything like that. He could
Mhm.
tell you about the strip clubs, all over the places that he has been. And I've been trying to get an interview with this guy because he's very interesting. And certain people might try to call him a passport bro or what have you. But he tells it how it is. He's not he's not crapping on who he is. So he's gonna tell it like it is. I just want to have an interview with this guy one day. So I'm trying to connect that interview so therefore certain people could get understanding of what he's doing because he actually has a successful channel. So by the way, the guy down shouting out, shout out to Mujano 23. So check his channel out.
Okay. Actually, Kesha asked an interesting question. Have you ever been to a swingers club? Um, I don't know if that question was meant for us or meant for you or whatever. Um, Interesting question, Kesha. Have you been to a swingers club?
I could say I could say I'm not because I haven't because I'm not that good looking. I'm not gonna go around and say I'm not good looking. I'm just not that good looking.
Okay.
So I haven't had the pleasure or come across situations to be invited to a swingers club. So that's just me.
Okay. Uh, Kesha, would you care to hit the link and share your experiences? Or that's like it's a little bit too risque. I mean the link. The link is pinned. If you wish to join the panel. If not, hey, I understand. Okay, no problem. All right. You know what? I think on that note, we're gonna stop to wrap it up because it can get a little bit weird, and I already been to too many streams when it's gotten a little bit weird. Particularly the stream that we did like 4 weeks ago that lasted almost 5 hours.
I mean, I mean, I don't know. Well, let's see.
Okay. Well, what I'm gonna do is
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
if
stop.
you actually
Yeah,
look at it, right?
yeah, go
I
ahead.
mean, most of my streams, the ones that I've done with, it only went across like tops maybe 3 hours, and then the wife is tired. So therefore, if I try to do long streams like that, I would think that I'm actually trying to situate a room, so therefore I could put paneling and all the equipment and everything like that because I've actually bought a new mic. So therefore, when I get my desk and everything in order, I'm going to try to actually make more quality content and try to help people who are actually going through, financial difficulties and corporate warfare. So we have
Okay,
to help each other out.
true. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna stop to wrap this up. So, what are your final remarks? I think there is some music blasting on Don Amondo's end, because he's, just want to make sure I don't get hit with a copyright strike. But I'm going to give you my thoughts, my final thoughts. Like I said, the whole point of the stream is to discuss, regarding the gold diggers and how to avoid them. And again, let me make this perfectly clear. Not all women are gold diggers. There are some very righteous ladies out there. There are ladies who are very intelligent, who are who who make wonderful wives and girlfriends and what have you. And the bottom line, thank you, Keisha. The bottom line is you have to be very vigilant. You have to be observant when you come across a lady that you suspect it's a gold digger. Okay, and they will play themselves out. You will see in time if you are observant and you have the discipline to know when you're dealing with either a lady who's classy or a gold digger. Okay. Okay, I think it's just being marked. Okay. So, Don Armando, you, what are your final? Okay, what
Yeah,
are
I'm
your final
back.
thoughts? What are your final thoughts?
My final thoughts is this. And there's men gold diggers and there's female gold diggers. It's just that the gold diggers who are men go by a different title. They're not called gold diggers. They're actually called quote unquote, and I hope nobody gets this or gets offended, hobosexuals. They're called hobosexuals. And the females are called gold diggers. So with that said, stay safe, know your worth, and 9 times out of 10, pick a woman that will make you happy, that you and her will grow. Not a gold digger that's gonna take you to the bank and let you broke. That's my final words.
Okay, well, thank you very much, Don Armando, and I want to let everybody know that Don Armando has his own platform, of which he does produce a lot of quality content. So I'm going to ask that you please show some love for him. Also, show some love to my union sister, Keisha. And also show some love to Latinsplaining with Dennise Gonzales. Okay. So when everything is said and done, um, just use your discernment. Um, you would tell whenever she is a classy lady or a gold digger. So, with that being said, tomorrow's topic will be open discussion, and part of the open discussion will be this lady here. Okay, she was my mother. Uh, yes, tomorrow will mark the third anniversary of her passing. So part of the stream will be talking about my mom, and she lives forever in not only in my heart, but in the hearts of my remaining siblings. So with that being said, I really appreciate all the people that appear in the chat, and by all means, if you have not subscribed, please consider subscribing to my channel. So, with that being said, I'm gonna end by simply saying, let us all be good to each other. Okay. So With that being said, this has been another episode of Uncommon Sense with Jose Negron. Wishing you all good night, take care, and peace.
Be strong.